And we are back. Northstar here with another Popup Dungeon Let's Play. Now I am working my way through training fights before repeating floor 2. Knowing this time how to get the achievement, having messed up before. Guide was unclear, but experience has taught me a lesson that the guide could not. I don't know where the remaining fight triggers, or at least I didn't know where. Must be in this room. So, fun.
Ready, my lord.
It's your yen. Irashaimase.
More geishas.
I got these scars.
Yeah, there's not much variance when enemies you fight within a level, meaning this area with these two fights. But I roll a new level every two fights, so the third one could be anything. It could be snow. It doesn't have to be Japanese themed. That was just a bit of RNG. Give me two similar levels.
Never turn your face from the
So
cold. I will fear no evil.
I'll do this bit of rearranging off camera, and I will see you folks on the other end. And I'm back. Took a moment to get a little more water. Snack on a couple pitas, which are one of those foods that's normally salted, which pretty heavily often, which is actually good for me because the doctors recommend, since they think I have some dysautonomia. I'm supposed to go in for the testing for that, but I haven't had the energy to call and schedule it, and then know that I have to go all the way into the major city to actually get it, because that's hard on me, my long COVID. But a lot of times people with long COVID develop dysautonomia. It's one of the symptoms, and so doctors recommended that I consume extra salt. Good for me, not good for older relatives I may be staying with who, if anything, need less salt in their diet. So I advise them not to eat them myself, but and also to keep up energy levels with COVID and avoid some of the GI issues that can come with it, which can be distressing. It's recommended to snack throughout the day. So if I try and eat too much food at once, I get really upset stomach. But snacking throughout the day keeps blood sugar levels up, which helps counteract the baseline fatigue. A little of that plus caffeine. Though caffeine actually triggers the GI symptoms, so it's a balance. Water helps, salt helps, snacking throughout the day helps, caffeine helps, and even so I still have to be very careful not to overexert myself or I get post-exertion malaise next day. It's a terrible disease. It sucks, and it desperately needs to be the subject of more research. Maybe it seems selfish, maybe it seems I'm just advocating for a disease that's affected me, to say that billions and billions and billions need to be spent on it, but they do, because coronavirus is going nowhere. It's an endemic disease. It's going to be like the flu. People are going to get it every year from now until 200 years from now. And every time it goes around, more people get long COVID, because even when you're vaccinated, although the vaccines turn out to reduce the risk of getting long COVID by about half, so half as many people get it relative to the number of times they've had previous infections. So like each previous infection might increase your risk, double it. So it's like taking off one prior infection to your risk each time. But people are just going to keep racking up more prior infections, which means it's actually going to get worse. And they're going to keep getting reinfected each year as the coronavirus. We're just going to have more people with long COVID every year. Every year. It's going to be... We already have over 65 million people worldwide with it. It's going to be probably over 10 million in the United States before this is done if we ignore this disease, because it's a problem that's with us permanently, like global warming. Long COVID will be around as long as coronavirus is, so we have to cure this. Otherwise, we'll have a sizable portion of our population permanently disabled. We already have more than 1% of the population permanently disabled, and this will end up reaching like 2, 3, 4% if we just ignore it. That's a lot of and since a lot of those people are working age, that's a huge economic burden. Has to be solved, has to be cured, and it's the right thing to do, not to leave people like me to just suffer, and many people eventually give up if there's never a cure, and slowly die due to the welfare systems finding excuses to not cover people.
I will fear no evil.
If you don't have housing over your head, you're going to die eventually, homeless. So, I'm trying to build this YouTube channel to supplement what I get from state welfare, so that I can actually survive, and hopefully have a source of income that will allow me to move out of the country if U.S. goes fascist, like I fear. But many other people won't be so fortunate, even if this channel ever makes it, which it might not. It's not okay to just kill off, and there's people in the third world where there aren't no welfare systems. Even if people in rich countries survive with long COVID, it'll just keep killing people in Africa and Latin America. The global south is actually the more appropriate term for it, the newer one.
The better to help you with.
And that term is used partly because all the countries happen to be in the southern part of the globe. And it kind of, it's thought the term highlights more how these countries have been exploited and had value stolen from them through colonialism, which over time has just helped the rich countries of the world become very rich, and money makes money. So once you steal what may not seem like a lot of money from the global south through colonialism, like in the 1800s and stuff, when all these Europe had divided Africa up into colonies, and Latin America before that, it may not seem like a lot of money, but because money makes money, it ended up adding up to a massive advantage, and then snowballing economies to become much, much bigger, which allowed further bullying of the global south, allowed European and United States multinationals to grow much bigger than any multinationals out of Africa or Latin America, which allowed more value to be siphoned to the global north. It's a whole process of those who are dominant maintain their dominance and using their strength to bully the weak. And that's kind of how the global economy has worked for far too long. And I mention this not just because it's important that everyone should understand this, but because with long COVID, people in the global south, when they get it, they die because there are no welfare systems that can support them at all, even if they don't get screwed over by bureaucrats or people trying to enforce rules incorrectly or making up new rules, or maybe welfare systems getting cut with austerity and neoliberalism. There just aren't, these problems don't exist to support people with long COVID in a lot of countries at all. So those people are just guaranteed to end up dead. And that's not okay. If we can come up with a cure, one that's affordable enough to, send to the third world, then those people will survive. It's not okay just to ignore them.
All right, it's my turn now.
Anyhow. Okay, the power levels are still not that high. They're hanging on more than expected, though. Alright. So going a little more defensive here. I'm using this screen to help cover the flanks of Brock.
That is my hat.
It's a little harder with squishier characters back here to be reached. James isn't that squishy, but he's one of the two characters I have in the party can revive. So I like to keep him back, and he does have some abilities that work from the rear, like Ignite and Flame Blade. I like to have him use his firebolts at diagonals through the melees, but try and stay out of melee range himself. There we go.
Don't lose until I kill you.
Dead's dead. Okay. Oh darn, that does trigger when the cat jumps. Whatever. Got cleaned off by wise woman. Now the cat can go around and guess use the back scratch. Cat won't be able to get behind Kunichi. Geisha would just end up being secure. Oh, yeah. Can't detaunt or anything. Into replacement. Decoy log. Actually made her more vulnerable because the decoy log not very hard to damage. Right. The grandpa move here. If it gets charmed, it'll like it to be further from party members over here. Yeah.
Hard to stay clean when you're from the dirt streets.
Neither of these have used any abilities. And the wash hands thing is on cooldown.
8, 9. You know, this is not free. Yeah. I'll bet you 20 gold you're not gonna.
Ah, that works. Triggers before he can get dazed. He bribed the geisha. Cool. That belly wasn't technically used.
Boy, Timmy, mind if I
Position here. May actually be able to take the geisha down next turn now. Geisha is super slow. Try and do this. Trigger secure breeze and take enough AP that Gopido can't be used.
Are you not entertained?
Let's do it. Ah, daze resisted. Geisha Wars!
You'll never visit anymore.
The young, the old. Actually, since she's like a mythical spirit, she's probably older than the wise woman.
What a
Oh,
brilliant
shoot.
strategy.
5 more AP.
Who needs saving?
I should target the geisha instead of trying to charm the cat, which she could have done. Probably. It's not a ton of resistance compared to the mind power there. Right. resistance to rocks that he can't. Guess there's a chance that Geisha could get smart. Still brought the
Feel
cat.
free to die. I'll
So
resurrect
there's
you.
two.
My wrath undoes the wicked.
I want to make sure if he goes for and attacks the Geisha, Brock can't be charmed. Alright,
A divine favor.
Hrothgar to go forward.
I give you my heart.
And build up AP. Guess you could stay put, but I like James
The
to
light will guide me.
on his sight.
Never turn your face from the cold.
Be able to stand here if the Geisha starts walking this way. It's so slow. Probably won't grab and be able to pop up here and hit this one.
Our cause is true.
This one, oh, they only get one secure breeze, don't they? This one's never used it though, because it was bribed. You can finish that off. Finish her, I won't have to worry about charm. She's dazed for a turn. This will just
I give you my heart.
build haste and move.
A divine favor. Stay close.
You're not gonna like this.
If he resists this cure breeze, take down the Geisha, but why bother? Why do that? Just closing the
Effort
Geisha.
is the magic of man.
Alright. Wise woman could use a little speed
Want
actually.
me to pull a rabbit out of you, eh?
Make her scalding soup hotter too. She's gonna take her out while she's dazed. Oh, yeah. Alright, I'll go this way. gotten that, it might protect him against being charmed. Oh, that did. I didn't think it would work for sure.
A righteous victory.
Should check. Maybe it had a percentage chance of
A
doing.
boon to our cause.
Let's look at the health bar rather than if there was a kill chance. Yeah. No, machete is not better than the Crusader's blade. No, it would make the buckler usable. Mostly because Crusader's blade gives an attack ability. Huh, 21 minutes. I could almost push into another fight here. Let's at least see what the power level will be of it.
We hurt them more than they hurt us. I think.
Knowledge is power. That's not bad either.
Rather make sure I can prevent enemies from attacking with Smith Strike. Power the rain defenses against.
An instrument for justice. I humbly accept this gift.
It's a lot of abilities here. 3.
Indulge me.
I could use a new staff to lean upon.
She is the right one to get Secure Breeze. Support and make that daze harder to resist.
I'll keep it safe.
I humbly accept this gift. This will aid our quest.
King correctly perceives he gets killed first.
An instrument for justice. This will.
Man, look.
I humbly accept. A boon to our cause.
More firepower.
Sometimes greed is a necessary evil. This will aid our quest.
Give the ranged things to the guy who sits further back.
Sometimes greed is a necessary evil.
And the Dragon King.
This will aid our quest.
Shut Brock.
Let's make. All right, it's my turn now.
Amazing in his hands, but
My shield will keep you from the cold.
Rothgar is tactical flexibility, so. Ooh, Ascension 39. Okay, well this is not quite as high as I'd hoped to get it. Hope to be doing it in the 40s or 50s by now, but yeah. Even if I lowered the difficulty off Galaxy Brain, it would still be higher than it would normally, because of these difficulty curves. Still, I'm going to strengthen the effect before future 4s. Well, I can't use it on the first time I do a 4, but before campaigns and such. Right, well. And Dungeon Derelict. No more Japanese gardens. This will be like a traditional dungeon. The Derelict version is cluttered with a lot of garbage. Guess we'll see what I encounter and then probably cut the stream before the actual fight. Yeah, I'll do a set between streams instead of pausing.
Used to all this darkness.
Pretty sure it's a little hard on my RAM and computer. Keeping things stored while paused. Whereas at the RAM a little faster. Not a huge issue, but also makes strain, more choppy in a way. Because, you know, music cuts in and out at different points from when I paused, and it's just better to avoid. The wonderful wares of the wizard vending machine. Love these. Nothing in this room, so this is just a bunch of garbage. That might be useful to keep around because of the cat. Now we can detaunt enemies if it's next to... Get rid of a little main door. It's too much stuff to click anyhow. Probably better come back for this after a fight when I have even higher level gear. Hopefully I can survive it. It's not that high of a power level. Here we go. Torture, Yaxman.
Haven't you ever been in a fairy tale?
2 magic books and a calls an observer. It's basically a beholder with the eye beams and everything. Just because of Wizard of the Coast, or I think it is, or no? Who was it? Who owns the intellectual property in D&D? I think it is Wizards of the Coast. They're such jerks about using anything from their IP, even though they literally ripped off Tolkien for some of his stuff. With the way they portray orcs and stuff. Maybe their orcs are a little different, but they did rip off other IP, and yet themselves are overprotective of theirs. Kind of like how Disney ripped off a lot of IP of others, and don't you hate capitalism? It actually inhibits creativity, the way intellectual property laws are enforced, despite constant assertions to the contrary by those with money and power and who represent their interests. Because never forget all these right-wing think tanks and stuff. They're basically, and the people work from, they're basically paid to say things that the rich people want to dominate the conversation, be accepted as truth. They're paid spokesmen. They have no intellectual integrity.
Have you been getting enough fiber?
They'll say things that are false. They'll lie just to
These elven armies
serve
have seen much suffering.
their sponsors, their patrons, if you will. The books don't move too far. For range. Yeah, maybe I'll just...
Never turn your face from the
have I watched, man?
I'm not sure if this has line of sight here, but just to be safe, maybe I keep James here. And pop out and hit the books with flame. They're quite vulnerable to it.
We are pilgrims in an unholy land. Never turn your
Don't want to waste...
face from the cold.
Wait, reading on Hrothgar? I mean, this does damage, so maybe it's not a total waste. Still, I don't mind if he gets hit with it. Maybe I
I will
don't want to
fear
block
no
Ulrich in.
Have you been eating your beans?
She's slow, so I'd like to keep her far forward. Like the geisha. Same kind of idea.
こんばんは、お客様。
ひどいよ。
It's your yen.
Let's make this quick.
Oh, Brock. What?
You're not gonna like this.
Boom. He's not the fastest either.
ようこそ。
They're all.
Ouch! The darkness will not rise.
Yeah, I talked about doing... I'll put the finishing touches on this off camera. Get distracted. Viewers, I wish you all the best. Take care of each other. Be kind to yourselves, and may you always find a guiding star to lead you home. I'll see you all next video when I actually fight this fight. Adieu. And best luck.